Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Elmira. Before we get started, I wanted to acknowledge some of our special guests that are here today. Senator Tom O'Mara, Assemblyman Chris Friend, Assemblyman Paul Palmisano, Chemung County Executive Tom Santulli, Chairwoman of the Chemung County Legislature, Donna Draxler, Chemung County Legislator Ayola Jackson, Chemung County Legislator Marty Chalk, Chemung County Legislator Bill Fairchild, City of Ithaca Mayor Savante Merrick, City of Elmira Councilwoman Nan Moss, City of Elmira Councilman Michael Bombarger, City of Elmira Councilman James Waters, President and CEO of Corning Enterprises and co-chair of the Southern Tier REDC, Tom Tranter, and President of the Southern Tier Economic Growth, Mike Cruzen. So we are here today to celebrate the future of Elmira's economy in the Southern Tier. I am proud to live, work, and represent this area. And even more importantly, I'm inspired by our future. Just as the city sits at the intersection of Newtown Creek and the Chemung River, our city also sits at the intersection of two spheres of influence. Our community is rich in academic and intellectual vigor, hosting 2 college campuses and a booming healthcare industry. It is the perfect recipe for upstate economic growth, just like the success you can see in Rochester and Buffalo. Elmira's downtown is the heart of our community. Here we boast a bustling business district that is full of a diverse array of shops and cultural institutions. We are proud of our community and everything here. We are also optimistic and aware for what we can be. Over the last several years, with a strong partner in Governor Cuomo's administration and support from the state, we have put in place the building blocks for an active, desirable, and diverse downtown. We are on the verge of a breakthrough, where millennials, retirees, and innovative companies will be drawn into our historic buildings and cultural hub. I am honored to have Lieutenant Governor Hochul here today to witness firsthand the energy and excitement in Elmira with us. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here on behalf of our governor, and first of all, great to see the mayor again, and obviously he's very excited about today's announcement, and to see my friend Senator O'Mara, who we work very closely with in our legislature, and the governor counts on as a reliable partner as we try to improve the economy of places like Elmira in the Southern Tier, so thank you. Also my friend, the county executive, we've spent some time together here as well, and also the regional co-chair, Tom Tranter, who I see often along with Harvey Stanger at many, many meetings charting the future of this spectacular region. It's also great to be back here because as an alum of Syracuse University, I know that one of my favorite athletes of all time, Ernie Davis, the Elmira Express, hails from this region. So I think of him awfully and with great fondness. As a student activist, as a student leader, I tried very hard to have the Carrier Dome when it was being built. Yes, I'm that old. Trying to have it named in honor of Ernie Davis, the first Black Heisman Trophy winner. You can tell I wasn't successful. It is the Carrier Dome, but we were able to have a Hall of Fame dedicated to Ernie Davis inside that building. So I always think about his roots here in this great community, Elmira Express. And we've got some news today, and it's depending on your perspective, it's almost as exciting as Molly Huddle getting another berth at the Olympics. She's going to represent us once again. Let's give it up for Molly. Wish her the very best in the 10,000 meters once again, so we'll be cheering for Molly. And also just to have this spectacular venue. I mean, this theater just reminds me of an era when they built majestic buildings like this, and it had an incredible organ at one time and amazing chandeliers. And if you know the history, and thank God it was restored, but this is like a cat with 9 lives. I mean, this was flooded in 1946, and then I think it was Hurricane Agnes took a pass at it in 72, almost wiped it out, and then some uninspired individuals wanted to tear it down and put a highway through here. So we brought it back so many different times because of the love of the community for this building. So it's really significant that we're making this announcement here today in this venue, and it really a symbol of the glory days, decline, and rebirth. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. And I want to just mention, because the governor's been making some of these announcements, and I was really happy to do the Southern Tier. You think about where not just the Southern Tier has been, but upstate New York overall. The governor would be the very first to say and admit that upstate New York suffered from decades of neglect by its state capital. I mean, that's a fact. He says you can't solve a problem until you admit there's a problem. And as we know, and the senator knows, there's a lot more people living in New York City, therefore that population has more representatives in our state capital. It's a numbers game. So a lot of the clout and therefore the influence and therefore the projects, meaning the money, went to downstate versus upstate. And people were okay with that for a long time. Nothing changed. And it took a downstate governor to come up and say, you know what, that's just not fair. We are one state. We have to reverse decades of neglect and do something rather dramatic. And as a result of the governor's keen, laser-focused interest on upstate New York, we have now spent over $25 billion in upstate alone. And that is incredible. But we look at areas like the Southern Tier, areas where unemployment was higher. It's now down 3.5%. 4,800 new jobs are coming back. We're developing the I-86 Innovation Corridor, luring businesses there. When you think about the region, you automatically think about downtown areas. I mean, it's really the downtowns that define an area, give it its identity, give it its soul. And so when downtown starts going downhill, and I know what I'm talking about because I'm from Buffalo. I know what it's like when communities decline and the major industries leave, and when businesses go, jobs go, your talent goes. The young people, my own kids, all my siblings, they all moved away from Buffalo in search of a better life. It's tragic. I'm the last one left out of a big family left in New York State. So what happened to my family happened to too many. Too many of our stories are told because of being educated, growing up in great communities with a sense of security, a strong sense of family, strong sense of values. We educate them in our phenomenal public and private colleges. And then when it came time for wanting jobs, they all drove away or got on a plane. And so we know we had to reverse this. And that's why we took some very, very dramatic action. And I also, before I say anything further, want to commend this area for its incredible success on winning, not that long ago, $500 million as part of the Upstate Revitalization Initiative. And Tom was a key partner in that, because the governor said if we're going to bring back upstate, we have to flip upside down the whole delivery of economic development dollars. No longer will we let bureaucrats in Albany decide. No longer will we just let people spread it around the state evenly. We have to be targeted. We have to be strategic. And so the whole concept of the Regional Economic Development Councils, where we have business leaders teamed up with academic leaders, leaders of universities and colleges as co-chairs, but then on those councils, elected officials from counties, and I swear I'm a former county official, this is true, they never worked together. It was very competitive. Towns and villages from different counties never saw common ground. So there's this collaboration that's occurred here in the Southern Tier with businesses, academics, not-for-profits, labor, government, all pulling together and saying, let's promote ourselves as a region. We're much stronger together than separately. And that is really the premise behind the regional councils, the premise behind your success in putting forward a winning proposal for the $500 million, and also the same success that brought us here today to announce Elmira as a winner of $10 million Downtown Revitalization Initiative. Yeah, no, that's, thank you. Yes, it is good news. And I first of all want to thank Mike Cruson. Where are you, Mike? Mike. I understand you're one of the authors of Elmira Refresh, which I love the title. And what you and your planners and your visionaries did was look at what you have. I mean, you've got an amazing downtown. You've got historic districts. You've got the innovation areas. You've got 2 colleges that are just ready to burst. Elmira College is expanding, and what great potential there. Then the college, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, the opportunities there. I mean, we're projecting that over 800 people are going to want to live in downtown Elmira. We have to be ready for this. But it's not just about having the housing, which is really important. It's also about creating a quality of life, attractions. I mean, you're getting the millennials. My kids are millennials. They don't drive cars anymore. They want to live in a downtown area, walk out their door, go to work, have a beer at a craft brewery on the way home, and hang out, maybe go to a play or a theater. So that's what we're looking for. When I was a kid, the American dream was to live in the suburbs, further out. 2-car garage and 4 bedrooms, and you're a success. My kids live in 500 and 600 square feet respectively, and they're as happy as can be. So there's a shift, and our downtowns need to prepare for that, to get the young people who are educated right here in our communities to want to stay in our downtown and bring them back, and the cultural activities we have, and the sports we have, the hockey and other sports. So you've got the formula. You've got the recipe for success. But you just need to be refreshed a little bit. You just need to be spruced up. And as Samuel Clemens, who's the namesake of this because he spent some time in Elmira, once said, "The reports of my death are greatly exaggerated." I think we could say the very same about the Southern Tier and indeed Elmira. The reports of your death is greatly exaggerated. In fact, today gives you a whole new lease on life because you'll be able to take the $10 million and work with experts. We're not just handing you a check. We're going to align you with urban experts, urban planners who've had a lot of experience in this, and they're going to help you chart your destiny. And this is so exciting because the people on the ground, the people who live and work here and love this area are going to be the shapers of your destiny. And that's very empowering, and that's something that the governor wanted to have happen. Let you have this money, let you do your planning, build on the fact that you've got an amazing river. You've got historic districts, as I said, business districts, culturals, great institution. You've got it all here together, but where can we go with the addition of $10 million? And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see the future of Elmira because the future starts right here, right now. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. It's an honor to have you here with us today, and great news for Elmira. Absolutely great news. There's no doubt that we all know that Elmira has needed a shot in the arm, and they've gotten it today. But it's not just because of the need of Elmira and the struggles we have here. It also has most to do with the revitalization plan that's been put together by the city, by Mike Cruzen, and that presentation that won us out above the other contenders in that. So it's an honor to be here today, Kathy, with you to get this great announcement of $10 million to be invested here in Elmira. I'm a little casual today because I was on vacation up on Lake Ontario fishing last night when I got a call at 9 o'clock that this was going to happen today, and then I got a call at 10:15 that it was not going to happen today. So I was out fishing again this morning, and I got a call at 8:30 that it is happening today. So I was a little short on time to get down here and didn't have time to get home and get a tie and a jacket on. So my apologies for that. But while I didn't catch any fish this morning, we certainly landed a big one right here today. So this is fantastic. It's great news. I applaud everyone for the work involved in this. The regional councils, the great success we've had with the Southern Tier regional councils, winning the top prizes 4 out of the first 5 years of its existence. Those regional councils formulated by Governor Cuomo under the leadership now of Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, previously Lieutenant Governor Bob Duffy, doing a great job for the Southern Tier, building a lot of hope and possibilities for us in the Southern Tier for our struggles. The Regional Council, of which I'm a member on, under the direct leadership of Tom Tranter and President Harvey Stanger of SUNY Binghamton, have been doing an outstanding job, and all the members of that Regional Council. I want to thank Empire State Development for their choice in Elmira for this award, and the Governor's Office for the great work that is being done and that will come to unify Elmira, to revitalize Elmira, to create a community that people once again want to live in, to work in, to thrive in, connecting Elmira College to the downtown here, right here where we are in the Clemens Center, around the corner on Main Street and Water Street. Absolutely fabulous opportunities here. So I thank all of you for coming out here today to help celebrate this announcement. It's great news. And with that, I will introduce our Chemung County Executive, Tom Santulli, who's been very involved in the Regional Council and all these efforts. Tom, congratulations.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to be on the stage at the Clemens Center. This place, as the Lieutenant Governor said, has a lot of history. I'm particularly pleased. Last time I was up here, as many of you know, I had the lead in Jersey Boys. So it's because I look a lot like Frankie, but I'm only kidding. I wasn't in Jersey Boys. I can't sing. Lieutenant Governor, thank you very much for coming today. This is really great news for the community, and I want to give you a little idea of how great news it is. You know, there was an article in the paper that appeared not too long ago, and it had 3 Toms on it with big smiley faces, and they were on TV too. And it was Tranter, Elmira, and me, and that's when we got that URI money, you know. And there were a lot of doubters that a community this size couldn't get that kind of money. And to the governor's commitment, he said he was going to do something for the Southern Tier, and he lived up to that commitment, and we're very appreciative. And I told him that when I saw him, because it is $500 million to that 8-county region is a massive opportunity for us to make a difference. It is. And this is a community that's had ups and downs and 1 step forward, 2 steps backward. It's been our history for years. You know, a community at one time that was a manufacturing mecca. And we still have so many good things here that we take for granted. But I really do believe this. We have been given the opportunity to do something to change our area. And believe me, when Elmira got the $10 million of this funds, and Mike, thank you for all the work that you did to make it happen and all the people that worked with you. Talk about a community that needs it. You know, one of the messages, Danny, that you and I have to stay on, because a lot of people ask, can we bring the city of Elmira back? Is it worth the investment? And the answer is yes. The county can't survive if our county seat is dying. It can't. It is the focal point of our community. And there are so many good things here. We're in one of them. You know, an arena up the street, a college up the street, a lot of people who still own their businesses, some really good manufacturing businesses that are in this community. So I would say to everybody in this room, as we move forward, as we work hard to be successful, stand up for the city. We need it. Can't just let it go and then hope something good happens. It's not going to happen. And Danny, I'm going to say it to you. You know, you and I have a responsibility over these next. No one has done more to bring a city and a county together. And I think we still like each other. We always wonder, but we do. It's been hard. Consolidation is hard, bringing people together. But I think it's imperative that you and I leave here, and we're going to meet in a couple weeks to continue all the good things that we've done, legislature, a city council together, you know, put the egos home and get some work done. It's a great opportunity for us, $500 million, $10 million, to bring our governments together, to work hard together, and make this community what it was a number of years ago. We've got the tools. We got to get it done. So let's do it. And with that, I want to introduce the president. I had left president and CEO. I missed him for one day. He got promoted again. The president of Corning Enterprises. And I want to say this about Tom as the co-chair of the Regional Council. I don't think people can appreciate what Tom has done. You know, he's a guy that's everywhere. He has been so committed along with Harvey to make this happen, and it's not an easy job. And Tom, thanks for all your leadership. You're the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that great introduction. And I'm thrilled to be here and make this announcement. Of course, I live in Chemung County, so I, like many of the people on the regional council, have a vested interest. I'm saying that because of Savanti. And I do want to acknowledge and talk a little bit about the process. I'm known for kind of drilling down to the details. This process was very extensive, exhaustive, and thorough. So we had 7 applications, 22 private sector members of the council voted. The top 3, which were Elmira, Ithaca, and Watkins Glen, all made presentations to the council. They all did a great job. We really were inspired. As a matter of fact, Mary Opperman from Cornell said, you know, there's no losers in this. What we ought to do is take some of that $500 million and give the 2 runner-ups, maybe not 10 million, but maybe 5 million. But anyway, so we voted, secret ballot, the whole 9 yards, and obviously Elmira was the winner. And Mike was the leader, and I want to give him a lot of credit because he put together a phenomenal team, and I want to recognize them. Susan Payne and Jen Miller did an awful lot of work. Yes, give them a round of applause. They wrote the plan, and then I teased her afterwards. The closer was Randy Hewitt. She did a great job on the presentation, so thank you so much, Randy. And with that, I think we're going to present a check. So, and I do want to thank, obviously, Kathy, as our leader of the regional councils, and particularly the governor. As Tom said, and Tom's been a great member of the council, by the way. We have a senator from the region, and Tom was nominated and has served in that capacity and done a great job. And Barbara Lifton from Ithaca, Tompkins County, has been the assembly leader on our council. And their input and advice and counsel has been invaluable, and we really appreciate their leadership. But I do especially want to thank the governor, because this has been his vision on how you bring upstate back, and I think it's a great plan, and we've made tremendous progress in just a couple years, and I look for a lot of good things to happen as we go forward. So make sure you tell him how appreciative we are, and I do agree with Tom Santulli that he honored his commitment that he was going to help the Southern Tier, and that's coming from 2 people of the opposite persuasion. Thank you very much.